Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing this great Saturday? Hope you're having a great weekend. For those of you joining in so early, Travis, Thomas, Dan, Jim, great to see you guys. And yep, we are still on the 139 beta, and where these sounds reworked is going to be the question for today. So they have been mentioning on the SES forums specifically that the engine brake specifically has been reworked for this truck. Now, granted, I've been running an engine mod with this truck for so long, so let's test it out today. And we are running two mods today. We are got the Freightliner Cascadia mod, even though we're not running the truck, that is in only to show Freightliner dealerships, and the second mod is the Volvo upgrade parts mod from the Steam Workshop. That is working fine, and right now we are sitting in Kennewick, Washington. We are at the rail export. We got one of the new loads on today. 500 pounds worth of cans going over to the 42 print in Eugene. Hey Soap, what's going on today? So without any further waiting, let's climb into the truck. We're gonna get the Volvo D16 fired up. We're running at 600 horsepower, and we are going to be running the I-Shift transmission today, so we are going to be doing an automatic. Yeah, I know, you guys heard that properly. Coda is driving an automatic.
Ready to roll.
Alright, and again, fatigue simulation is off, so we're not going to have to worry about that or anything. Yeah, you heard me right, Soap. I'm running an automatic. So just that little run there, and the engine brake, it sounds like it's a little more poofy, maybe a touch more bass to it. Now, engine mods right now are not working in 1.39 unless they have been updated, so no engine mod today. This is the stock SCS sounds. Just to be something different, Soap, is the reason why. Yeah, I just got done eating lunch, actually. I've been an extremely busy guy so far today. Hey, Miguel, what's going on?
Go straight.
What's new is we are not using my Mega Shifter today. We are going to be a glorified steering wheel holder. Jason, how's it going today? Welcome. Paul, what's going on? No new updates to the beta today, so we're still running from the original release yesterday. Right now I'm just testing this. There's been word on the SCS forums that the engine brake was reworked on this truck, so we're putting that to the test today. So I'm thinking what the difference is. It might be the turbo sounds that they separated away from the engines is what the main difference is going to be. Doing awesome like a possum there, Paul. How about you? Hey, AJ, good morning to you. $138, I think, lasted 6 to 8 weeks. It was a long one. This one here, if they're not gonna do anything graphics wise, I could say this is gonna be maybe 4 to 5 weeks. If we don't get Colorado by Thanksgiving, then we're gonna get that either probably beginning of December. Once they give us a date for Colorado there, Miguel, we'll basically know 139 is going to go live a day or two before the release or the day of. What do you mean about the engine brake switch there, AJ? I am liking the upgrade, however, I am disappointed that we still don't have a proper AA solution. And SMAA, yeah, it blurs the edges, but it also creates a ton of shimmering. And you guys can see this. If we're looking at the guardrails, you see the top of them, they're shimmering. Same way with distant trailers. That's what I am talking about. Yes, Travis, the low boys are going to be ownable, and those are going to be updated even for AI traffic in 139. This is actually one of the, I'm only running 2 mods today, Adrian. This one here that I'm running for the Volvo is the Volvo truck upgrades. It is on the Steam Workshop. No, I am not running NPI currently. We are running pretty much base game graphics. So let's go ahead. We'll show you what I'm doing here for graphics. So I've got an RTX 2070. So no NPI. I do have depth of field off. I don't like the blurriness that creates. So 400% on the scaling, Ultra SMAA, SSAO on high, and everything else is either on high or ultra with the exception of mirror distance. Reason I keep that at medium, I don't need to see 10 miles behind me. As long as it was good soap, that's all that matters. I have VSync locked to my monitor. I've got a variable refresh rate monitor, anywhere from 30 up to 240 FPS, because that's what my screen is. Right now, I'm running at 110 FPS. What kind of cheese? Swiss? American works, but I would have gone for ham and Swiss.
Stay left.
Alright, so just a little bit of a conclusion here. Definitely, I would say, because they separated the turbo sounds from the engines, it does make the Volvo sound different. Jake Brake has a little bit more bass to it, and that's what I'm hearing through my headphones. The default options in the trailer purchase, Nathaniel, you're going to see two, but each one is customizable. The longest lowboy that you can get is actually going to be a 9-axle, and that is what I was running for the better half of the stream yesterday. It shouldn't, Miguel. Tommy, what's going on today? And we are overweight. Oh, no, we're not. 78,000. Duh. GVW is 80. Ignore me. As of yet, I have not, Miguel. And the AI traffic is still utterly stupid. That is not going to change anytime soon. You still get the green light, Nathaniel, if you're overweight. But we weren't. I'm not sure why I thought 78,000 was overweight.
Stay left.
I think something might have else been changed, Miguel. Something with the dashboard computers, as the dashboard computer mod that I had for this truck does not work with it, and that is made by Oscar. So something had to have changed with those, since that doesn't work. What exactly was changed, I have no idea. It might be something to do with sharpness, maybe icons. I have no idea. I think I know what is going on with I mean, we do know we're getting new companies with Colorado, but I had mentioned yesterday about NAMIC being one of those, or the North American Mines and Quarries. That is just a rename of all of the coastline minings in New Mexico. So when you go to a NAMIC currently in the open beta, it's going to say coastline mining. So I think what they're doing is renaming some of the coastline minings to NAMIC, and then the other ones they're not touching are going to remain as coastline. Western Stars are in traffic. They are a extremely low occurrence of when you will see them. So even though this mod is working for the truck accessories, we currently don't have any city horns or any air horns. I tried to blow that here underneath the bridge, and it is absolutely silent. Oh, they're dead silent, Miguel. I don't have any sounds for them. Since we're running an accessory mod, and we got that cabin and the chassis going on, the mod does need updated for that.
Stay left.
As of yet, Paul, there is none. What do you expect for a plastic truck? Probably one of my most favorite features in 139 besides the low boys are the added viewpoints in Washington and Utah. And I am not going to complain about those one iota. We are heading to Eugene. To the 4.2 print, and we got a new load on here in 139 cans. No, I am not sitting all the way back, Chrissy. Yeah, we got still a ton of room to move the seat around. Yeah, I saw your post on that, Chrissy. Was that only in the 49X, or did it happen in the Volvo? You will be able to use special transport with the new low boys, Miguel. That has not been added to the beta as of yet. Yeah, you were running the 8x4 mod, however, weren't you? It might be that mod, yeah. They did do some changes on the 49X for 139, so that mod may need to be updated. I see trains every day in my city, Paul.
Turn left, then turn right. Turn right.
Hey, Randy, what's going on today? All right, let's see. What do we got here? We're gonna go back up north, even though we started in Kennewick. So we're gonna see the same part of I-5 again. Let's take another load of cans only. This time we're gonna go up to Tacoma.
Okay, here we go. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Oh, I was probably in bed about 12:45 last night, and then I didn't get out of bed this morning until after 8.
Get ready to turn left.
Oh, before we get up there, let's take a look here. Are we going to be crossing any scenic viewpoints? It does not look like it. But there is going to be one over here, it looks like, right across from the Kenworth dealer. And if we see, we'll be checking just to see what we've got going on. I'm just curious. I think I'm the only one yesterday who was mentioning about 139 that actually showed the dealerships working in game. I don't think anybody else did. They just showed the picture that's been floating around. And I told everyone my secret on how to get them too. How dare I do something like that? No, but in all actuality, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, from what I noticed, it even in 138, it sounded like if you paid attention, you could hear like breaking glass or something like that. People are speculating on that, Chrissy, because we've got a dealer now. However, we may get a Freightliner, I'd say, maybe as a Christmas gift from both Daimler and SCS. I would say after Colorado releases, but before Iberia. But, I mean, it's hard to say. Iberia, we know, is going to be a early December release. The last 2 weeks of December, SCS basically sends everybody home for Christmas break. Oh yeah, more than likely the Cascadia. I'm just wondering what model year is it going to be? Is it going to be like a 2018? Or are we going to get a 2019 or a 2020 truck? What if they worked out a deal that dropped them both at the same time? Both the old Cascadia, say 2016, and whether 2018 or 2020. Probably in December, Paul. I see ATS getting Colorado by Thanksgiving, and early December is when Iberia is going to be released. Oh yeah, that needs to be changed, Randy, because of what SCS did to the engine, separating the turbo sounds. So every single truck mod, every single engine mod is going to need to be updated. I don't think they're going to leave the older companies behind. There's going to be Walberts in every single state. There's going to be sell goods. But we definitely need more variation of the companies. When you get, say, a Walbert and a Walbert right next to each other, it's like, yeah, you've got a warehouse and then a smaller store. But why not rename them into like a Walbert DC and then Walbert stores? So we know, looking at the map, which is which, instead of just have it saying Walbert. We already know that Eddie's are a smaller store. You can classify those as Walgreens or even a 7-Eleven. mean, that's kind of like what they did with the ABQ Cargo Center. The Cargo Center is still ABQ, but now the AN124 is, what the heck did they name that? Now, I'm going to have to look at this because, heaven forbid, I can't remember what they named it. I said it so often yesterday. Ultimus, there we go. So now we'll know which is which when looking at our jobs. Otherwise, they both said ABQ. Kind of a pain in the butt. I would say once they get the in-production trucks in that they want to get included into the game, they may be able to go after an older truck. I mean, here's hoping that's what they would do. Yeah, definitely. There's still two projects that are on the Steam database. So Project Zebra, Project Shredder was Zebra. It's Project Shredder, and then Pico Wine. People are assuming that they're all going to be Daimler North America trucks. One of them more than likely is a Cascadia. But let's see. They've mentioned about having the new VNLs, so it could be that. It could be a LT. It could be, say, a Peterbilt, another 579 with the Ultraloft sleeper. Could be a 990. Could be a T800. I mean, no one has any idea what they are. I mean, I'm almost certain that one of them, however, is a Cascadia. Yeah, looking at the grill on the Cascadia, that's probably more than likely going to be that. Yeah, they did fix that, Randy. Pico Wine is what the other project name is. Now, Pico Wine, a lot of people are saying that's an area in Iberia. I mean, I really don't know what that would be referencing. Now, what are you guys thinking about the launch pad? Why that was changed? A lot of people are speculating that multiplayer may be right around the corner. And it would make sense if they were going to do that, do it right from the launch pad. You got your regular multiplayer, hosting a server, creating a server, that kind of thing. What's your guys' opinions? One thing I will say I'm looking forward to, once we get the Cascadia into the game, I am going to be looking forward to tuning packs. And that's another thing. Pico Wine could be a tuning pack too. Whether for the 389 W900. Take care, Paul. Have yourself a good one. I can't see them combining ETS2 and ATS. They're, even though they use the same game engine, they are completely different, so I can't see that happening. Yeah, a lot of people are wanting that for ETS2, aren't they, Crizzy? The coaches. And then rigids on top of that. Hessler, how's it going today? Good thing that you had mentioned that. Maybe, even though maybe it may not be dynamic weather, what if they're going to add an option in there for what season you want to run? Whether it be spring, summer, fall, or winter. Now, the thing that I would be worried about with an official multiplayer is if they do like a global multiplayer like Truckers MP, how are they going to enforce whatever rules that they make? And the positive side is you may get AI traffic, which Truckers MP has had a problem with. So if they do a multiplayer, what I would probably suggest is kind of like what they do in Farm Sim, is you can rent a server for whatnot and then invite who you want to be on your servers. We are in the SES bubble today, Sherry. And if you go your own server route, you definitely are going to cut down on trolls, that's for sure. And I would, if that happens, I would have no issues running out a server and doing it that way. That way, we can run multiplayer together, and it's only going to be who I want in there. I will run all of the truck, Sherry. Oh, I've ran this truck several times recently. Truckers MP did show off a version that had AI traffic, but with as much code changes that have happened with 137 and 138, and now even 139, they have not been able to get that working again.
Hosting.
Oh yeah, Pogo, password protected rooms. And I am going to do one thing here with the console also. You guys see there on the GPS of how much of a halo that is. We're going to go ahead and cut that down a little bit. Yeah, so what I did was I just cut down the bloom in the game.
Stay right, and then turn right. We are finished.
Alright, let's see. What do we got? I'm not going back south. I do know there is a viewpoint at the Bellingham logging camp. I'm not more than likely going to go up there though. So let's go ahead and take the other new load here. Let's take a load of paper over to Ketchum. Or maybe we shouldn't. That's 666 miles for those who are skittish. So Sandpoint it is.
Let's go.
Alright, and let's take a look. Since we're going to Sandpoint, are we going to be passing anything? Now, there's a viewpoint here. That's for the bridge that sits right in here. We're not going to... That's on the wrong side of the road. Is there anything else up this way? No, there isn't. There, Grand Coulee we were already at. Okay, not that big of a deal. If we run into them, we'll go ahead and watch them. Oh, that might have been from a World of Trucks event, Randy, to be honest with you. And an invisible wall right there. Okay, not that big of a deal. Was it still a mod issue, Randy, or was it a file verification that you needed to do? Yeah, map mods do need to be updated for that, and the same thing's going to happen with 139. So much with Oxnard now being a Freightliner dealership, and then the other one is other Freightliner. Where the heck did I say that was going to be at? Oh, St. George. Duh. Hey Spurs, how's it going? How are you liking it so far? Yeah, Coda being all herpy-derpy today. They moved the Western Star dealership that was in Oxnard to Salina, Utah.
Stay left and then turn left. Turn left.
So let me ask you this, Spurs. Have you tried out the lowboys? Since we're on a World of Trucks contract, we can go ahead and move the time. Yeah, so that's the nice thing is with this I can set the time to whatever. No point in driving all night long. I would say once this pandemic is over, Randy, is when we're going to be getting the new sounds. For the sleeper options on the 49X, CAD files can be sent to SCS for that. And it's going to be hard to do the sounds, though, without a proper recording. Perfect, Spurs. That's exactly what you want to do. You do not have to.
Stay right.
And if you don't remember your password, you might be able to edit one of your current profiles. Just don't load into it. Just go to your profile edit and then click on show password for World of Trucks, and you should be able to see it. If not, you can always do a password reset on the main World of Trucks website. The one thing, since we're on a open beta, anything that you do on the open beta version for World of Trucks does not get forwarded onto your main profile. Now, has anybody seen a 49XL in the wild yet, meaning the real world? Hey Miles, good afternoon to you. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here. It might already be raining. I was gonna mow my grass, but nah, I didn't want to get trapped doing half of the grass and then having to stop because of rain. Now, one thing I do want to do, is I'm going to do that during this stream, is we're going to check out the viewpoint for Mount St. Helens. I can't do it right now because we're on a World of Trucks contract, so once we get this dropped in Sandpoint, we're actually going to go out to there just to take a look and see what that is. Now you guys may have noticed the road textures and stuff got just a tiny bit sharper. What I did was I opened up NVIDIA Freestyle and added a little bit of sharpening. So this should be a little bit better. Nothing about a California rework. I don't think it's going to be a 2016. I'm still thinking it's a 2018. Could even be a 2020. It'd be nice if we get the older one, but I mean, I just don't see that happening. Although Daimler may surprise us too. Have yourself a good one, Chrissy. And so I didn't mention it during yesterday's stream, and SCS did add in a clutch brake option to the game. So I did have that enabled yesterday. By default, that is not enabled. It's something that you need to enable in your profile config file. So it's not the global config that you see in documents. How are you doing today, Anthony? So for those who do like double clutching, when you enable the input shaft simulation along with the clutch brake, you are able to double shift quite easily. But normally going down the road, I know I did this yesterday, I have a good old habit on my pedals of pushing the clutch all the way in. If you're doing 30 miles an hour and you activate the clutch brake, you're going to be doing a little bit of damage to the clutch itself, so not recommended. So that's probably why they don't have any damage tied to that. A clutch brake is in an actual truck, Randy. Say you're running, doesn't matter if you're running a 9, 10, Super 10, well, yeah, even Super 10, 13, 15, 18. When you push the clutch all the way in, it stops the clutch plate, and when you step on the clutch, it disengages from the spindle and things like that. I mean, I don't know the technical terms, I'm not mechanical. But the clutch brake itself actually stops the clutch from spinning so you can get it into gear. And that's specifically only used when you're probably just starting out and putting the truck into gear, or even from a stoplight. Oh, I misread your post. Duh. I think I need new glasses. Is that a Namic trailer in front of us there? I believe it is. Yeah, see how forgetful I am? My brain literally stops working on Thursday when I am done with work. Do you guys think the spawn rate of the Mac Anthem is a little too high? it's a truck you still don't see everywhere in the world. And I see them around here. I live in Pennsylvania on the other side of the state from Makanji. So Macs here are I do see them in dump trucks, straight trucks, even Cisco has a couple of them around here. Yes, a Mac Anthem dump truck. Someone had bought a day cab, stripped off the rear end and extended the frame, and then put a Baxter build dumper on it. Yeah, the spawn rate is extremely low on that, Randy. I'm sure that will be adjusted once it's been out for a little bit, but right now, yeah, I think I've only seen 2 of them. And there's another new trailer, Vetus Power. That's going to be a company in Colorado. What I would really love to do have SCS do is, it's noticeable very much in Utah and Idaho, but the hospitals, why not add loads for like medical equipment or even medical supplies, things like that, and give us a hospital to deliver to? That would create a little bit of variety. What cities would you guys like to see reworked in California? My biggest one that I would love to see is Los Angeles. Either add in the port of Los Angeles or even Long Beach, since they sit right next to each other. Second one I would love to see reworked is the San Francisco Bay Area. Now that they're doing their block modeling or whatever for cities, you could put San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland. You can get all of that into there. In Oakland itself, just for the shippers, I mean, there's nothing else there besides a fuel station and a repair shop. It's really not been done that well. And why not get rid of Hornburg and make Weed the northern city in California? And you can do the same thing also with Globe. I mean, right now it's a Scenic city that's marked with a sign, and that is it. There's really nothing else there. The biggest thing that California needs, however, is the signage rework. And get rid of those old signs, please. yeah, Donner Pass I think is one of the mountain areas that needs reworked. Also, I would say Grapevine. I've seen videos of Grapevine. I mean, it's unmistakable, but the way SCS did it, I'm not going to say they cheapened out on it, but it could definitely be better. Yeah, Truckee is actually a pretty big northern city, and here in game, it's, what do we got? A Vitamin and an Eddie's up there, or a small Walmart, and that is it, and a repair shop.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
They have nothing in the Sierra Nevada area. Nothing at all. It seems like they cut California right in half in the middle and did cities all west of the Sierra Nevada.
Turn left.
And you could also rework Sacramento. Why not add in like Yuba City, Chico, and things like that? You get down to Southern California, Lane. You've got Ontario. You could add in Needles, Blythe. I mean, all of that. There's room for it. That is just outside of Barstow, Randy, on Interstate 40. Yeah, Temecula. I mean, there is room for that out there. Yeah, it's right across the California border on I-10, I think, or is that up on 40? I think it's 10. And get rid of Ehrenberg. I mean, here's what I'm gonna say. Get rid of Ehrenberg. Make Quartzsite a deliverable city. And then add in Needles, California. And there's so much that could be done. And so it's Blythe or Needles that is gonna be 10 or 40. I'm trying to remember which one it is actually.
Turn right, and then turn left.
Yeah, we're not going to watch this viewpoint here. We've already did that with Idaho streams in the past.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Yeah, exactly, Randy. Get rid of Hornbrook and give us Weed as a discoverable city. Well, if they do that block format, they could definitely, since Ehrenberg sits right on the border, you can put Ehrenberg and I think it's actually Blythe there on Interstate 10.
Turn right. Go straight. Stay left and then turn left. Turn left. Stay right and then turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
You guys remember when we first got these prefabs here, it would not go down. It would actually go straight back. Yeah, I did say we were going to come here and check out this viewpoint, so we're going ahead and doing that. Did they add more snow to Mount St. Helens? I don't remember that much snow being on there. And it definitely does look like more snow for the snow cap to me. Give me a second here, guys. I just dropped something, a top to a bottle of water. Alright, so now that we can TP around the map, any specific place that you guys want to go? Or that we pull out of? That would be another question. Oh, so do I, Randy. I was 7 years old when that happened. Now, one thing they could definitely add to Wenatchee, especially from Sunshine Crops, would be loads of apples. And say, it seems like there's really nothing overly short. It doesn't matter what city that we're gonna go. I'm gonna say keep it 500 miles and under. And if we want to take a trip through Idaho, we can do a load of dry milk to Twin Falls. And that's definitely pretty scenic going through there. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So we'll end it off with Colville to Twin Falls on a hot load. do you think we're going to get a wind turbine blade for special transport with Colorado?
Time to hit the road.
I have not. The closest I've gotten to even anywhere close to Washington is Reno, Nevada. And even then, when I was in Reno, never went to, say, Lake Tahoe or anything like that. And you would not want to hit these going very fast in real life. I mean, if I was in a flat top, my head would be banging off the ceiling. And even though I'm a tall guy, I always ran with a little bit of air in my seat. I could not run that all the way bottomed out. My insides did not like me. I tried that for a day. I couldn't do it more than an hour. Hey James, how's it going? Yeah, if we get the, well, kind of wish the trucks would get dirty and we get the streak and beacons open. Yeah, now we are overweight. 1,600 pounds worth. Hey, if you got someone sitting beside you, go ahead and say caddy swap or caddy slap and say, I see one here in Coda's game. Welcome back, AJ. Alright, so what is your guys' opinion on the Volvo sounds? Does it sound like they reworked the engine brake a little bit, and especially when they separated the turbo from the engine, or does it sound the same to you guys?
Turn left.
Yeah, there are no punch bugs in game.
Go straight. Exit left.
It was called Truck Driver, Martin. So far, it is not bad at all, James. And my only disappointment is we still don't have a proper AA solution. And some people are going to say they're not going to want TAA because of ghosting issues. Well, TAA is better than SMAA. It's basically built for motion, which is what this game all is. I mean, how often are you sitting around looking while just sitting here? You're not. It's mostly about driving. What would really be helpful is it works on DX11, would be DLSS 2.0, but there's a whole lot of people who that would not benefit. So I can't see them adding that to the game as of yet. Oh, I'm sure there are bugs in this. I haven't really experienced anything besides some signage, and that's basically in New Mexico. I have no idea what they mean by ghosting. But TAA and sharpening would literally solve all of this, the flickering and the shimmering and things like that. That would solve it in an instant.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Turn right.
Yeah, best option I think is going to be DLSS 2.0, but they're not going to add ray tracing in that support as of yet when so few players could take advantage of it. Yeah, I saw that too, Randy. I think you were spot on yesterday, Randy, though, that a feature they should add is, it doesn't need to be long, but little short 10-15 second cutscenes for loading, unloading, and fueling. Yeah, in order to use those names, James, they would have to license them. I don't see why they couldn't approach, say, Pilot Flying J or an even TA Petros in order to do that. And it's just asking for the use of a name. That is it. Oh, the only overhaul would be to signage, and that's it. And hearts, why not make those loves? Yeah, that's what the license would do, Thomas, is a license to use a copyrighted image, name, logos, things like that. things might get easier once all the brands are in the game. If you go to approach these truck stops, hey, we have all the truck manufacturers in the game. Would be nice to have real world truck stops to go with them. Would you guys want to join our game, kind of thing? Oh, there's an image on the SCS forums about some of the stores that are upcoming, and they are pretty wicked. Yeah, I'm sure there's still a copyright holder on that design, however, James. That's the thing. Oh, back in the day, literally, I didn't mind stopping at TAs or even Flying J's, but I love stopping at Petros. The Iron Skillet back in the day was the place to eat. Emil, how's it going today? Doing awesome like a possum. Whoops, here I am lane surfing. Should have stayed in the left lane. Yeah, that's been happening for a while. I'm not sure why it does that. Yeah, he's going to need to update that for 139 sounds, however, once that gets released because of changes to Fmod. Welcome back, Soap. Had a nice little discussion about California and what could be improved, like city rebuilds and things like that. this will be the last run. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, has anyone checked out the 139 beta discussion thread on the SCS forums? I was looking at that earlier today. Someone had created a mod in order to get into a couple of areas in Colorado, specifically down in the southwest corner and then the northwest corner, which is where Rangeley is at. Yeah, that rest area, I believe, is right around Durango. I believe this is my third or fourth run, so I don't know when you left, to be honest. And there's a nice little cutscene for the Four Corners Monument, and you do get an achievement for that. Yeah, right now, James, there are one unmarked road that will lead to the monument. Actually, once I am done streaming, I'm gonna go make myself some hors d'oeuvres. You guys may have know these as pigs in the blanket. You take the little smokies from Hillshire Farms and wrap them up in the crescent roll dough and then bake them. That's what I'm gonna be making. I already had my lunch / dinner for Subway, so it's just gonna be snacking the rest of the night. Yeah, it is gonna be off of 160. How about buffalo chicken dip? Would you want any of that? I am done after this, so sorry. Oh, I'm coming over for sandwiches, Randy. You know what I really want, but I'm not gonna make it because I don't have it here, is take a roast beef sandwich on Kimmelweck. Ah, awesome. Kimmelweck. It is a buffalo thing. Depends on the mod, James. Sound mods are not gonna work.
Stay right and then go straight.
Yeah, gyros are always good. If you're gonna have one, don't forget the feta cheese. Oh, need a streak and beacon for that, James. And you can never really go wrong with Greek food. And I'll be happy with hummus along with some pretzel crisps in order to dip the hummus out of. I'll be fine with that. And here's the funny thing with hummus. I will eat hummus, but I cannot stand chickpeas on their own. Hey, Jonathan, what's going on today? More discussion that you missed on SOAP was discussion about the launchpad and why it was changed. Work is overrated. Alright, come on, SCS. Let us deliver to hospitals. Medical equipment, medical supplies, laundry. And not that I really need it, but I kind of wish that Congress would get another stimulus package passed. And I wouldn't complain about another $1,200.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
A lot of people use that to buy food and pay bills, which is the logical way. If you were a little bit more well off, people use it to splurge. I know what I bought with my stimulus. The chair that I'm sitting in, my wheel stand, and I did buy a couple of other things. I can't remember what the hell they were. I am kind of surprised at how well this iShift is working for transmission. I mean, there's been no issues whatsoever. I wouldn't be able to help you out, Jonathan. No idea about that game. That was a swift move there, Mr. AI. Get in the hammer lane and put on your brakes. Well, it'll be my afternoon, AJ, but yeah, should be streaming tomorrow. Uh-oh, we probably need the right lane.
Exit right. Exit right. Go straight.
Maybe their developers are already aware of the issue and are trying to get a fix out there.
Turn right. Go straight. Go straight. Turn left. Turn right.
And this is the last drop. Alright, and that is going to be it for today's stream, guys. I do want to thank you for watching. If you did enjoy today's stream, make sure that you leave a thumbs up. If you are already not subscribed and you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Enable notifications by clicking on the gray bell. That way you get an email every time I do go live. Have a great rest of your Saturdays. As always, keep that shiny side up, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop.